চলতি বছরটা খুবই গুরুত্বপূর্ণ ভারতীয় খেলাধুলার জন্য, কারণ এই বছরই প্যারিসে আয়োজিত হবে অলিম্পিক এবং এই বছর ভারতীয় ক্রীড়াবিদদের জন্য দেশকে গর্বিত করার সেরা সুযোগ রয়েছে। প্যারিস অলিম্পিকে বেশি করে পদক আনার আশায় রয়েছেন ভারতীয় ক্রীড়াবিদরা, কিন্তু শুধুমাত্র ক্রিকেট বা ফুটবল বা নামি স্পোর্টসের বাইরেও যে আরও খেলাধুলা রয়েছে এবং সেখানেও যে আরও উন্নতি করতে হবে, তার জন্য মানসিকভাবে কতটা তৈরি ভবিষ্যৎ প্রজন্ম, সেই নিয়ে কিন্তু এগিয়ে এসেছে অলিম্পিক ভ্যালিউস এডুকেশন প্রোগ্রাম। এবং এই প্রোগ্রামটির পিছনে রয়েছেন একজন কিংবদন্তি, তিনি হলেন অভিনব বিন্দ্রা। 2008 অলিম্পিকে প্রথম ব্যক্তিগত ইভেন্টে সোনা জিতেছিলেন অভিনব বিন্দ্রা, আর এই প্রাক্তন কিংবদন্তি শুটার এবার দেশ থেকে উঠতি অলিম্পিয়ানদের তুলে আনতে কাজ করছেন, আর সেই কারণে ওড়িশায় নিজের ফাউন্ডেশনের সাথে তৈরি করেছেন অলিম্পিক ভ্যালু এডুকেশন প্রোগ্রাম। মূলত এই প্রোগ্রামের কাজটা কি, কিভাবে তারা এই কাজটা করছেন, সেটাই জানালেন অভিনব বিন্দ্রা। সদ্য এসেছিলেন রেস স্পোর্টস আয়োজিত ট্রেল ব্লেজার্স 2.0-তে, আর সেখানে এসে এই অলিম্পিক ভ্যালুস এডুকেশন প্রোগ্রাম সম্বন্ধে কথা বলে গেলেন অভিনব বিন্দ্রা।
I look back at my long career in sport, not really at the few medals that I've won, which hang on a wall at home pretty much. But I really look back at my long career in sport, at the relationships I was able to build with people, and frankly, the sort of person I became in the process of winning those medals and what sport did to me. You know, Borja already said in his opening remarks that, you know, sport teaches you how to win, but more importantly, it teaches you how to lose. It teaches you so much about building friendships. It teaches you so much about rules, about respect, about learning to respect others, about learning to respect your own self. It teaches you camaraderie. It teaches you teamwork. And for me, there lies the real power of sport, on how sport can shape young people, on how sport can be used as an important tool for nation building. And that's where I thought that the Olympic Values Education Program is a good fit in a country like ours, which is a very young country, which needs to become more health conscious, which needs to be physically active. And of course, we need our young citizens to build character. And there's no better way than to build character than on the field of play. And that is what pretty much the Olympic Values Education Program is an experiential learning program where kids firstly become physically active, become physically literate, derive health benefits of just sheer play, but most importantly reflect on Olympic values of friendship, respect, excellence, and the further values that sport brings, and become better human beings through sport. You know, they learn things like work ethic. They learn things like teamwork. They think inclusivity is a very big thing in the program, and that's where we started. We started the program in Orissa, where we are in about 250 schools there, scaling up further this year. The program's also been started in the state of Assam, and it's been going really well, and I'm just very delighted to put my time and energy into it, because for me, there lies the true power of sport and what sport can really do to play a meaningful role in our nation's development.
নিঃসন্দেহে এটা একটা বড় দিক। 2022 সালে তৈরি হওয়া এই OVEP অর্থাৎ অলিম্পিক ভ্যালুস এডুকেশন প্রোগ্রাম কতটা গুরুত্বপূর্ণ কাজ করবে গোটা ভারতবর্ষের জন্য, সেটা বলাই যায়। 140 কোটি দেশ থেকে যদি ভবিষ্যৎ প্রজন্মকে অলিম্পিক নিয়ে আরও বেশি চর্চায় আনা যায়, তাহলে সেটা দেশের জন্য ভালো। এবং সেই কারণে ভবিষ্যৎ প্রজন্মকে কিভাবে তৈরি করছে এই অলিম্পিক ভ্যালুস এডুকেশন প্রোগ্রাম, সেটা নিয়ে কথা বললেন অভিনব বিন্দ্রা।
I have to be very, very aware and go well prepared, because their knowledge on Olympic history is far, far, far better than mine, because they're in it day in and day out. But perhaps I'll just maybe give 2 or 3 examples of what the sort of impact that this program's had. This program allowed about close to 50,000 girls in the state of Orissa to experience sport for the very first time in their lives. As you rightly said, that these programs run in government schools, and what happens normally in PE classes in these schools, at least in the past, was that the girls just prefer to stay in the classrooms. Like you saw in Odisha while you were there, all our activities are mixed team in nature, which forces the girls to go out and play. Of course, the boys were a little grumpy the first week or so, that they suddenly have to play with the girls, but after a week or so, they realized that the girls are pretty damn good. We did an inter-school...
Everyone wants to play with a good teammate.
Yeah, and we did this inter-school tournament for about 100 schools at one point of time, and about 63 out of the 100 team leaders were girls, and mostly nominated by the boys, because the program taught them a lot about fairness, and it was only fair to have your best athlete lead you. So that was something which was pretty impactful. It's had a very positive impact on the physical PE teacher community, because traditionally in India the PE community or the PE teacher is the lowest rank in the hierarchy of a school system. But now, whenever there is a government official coming from the education department visiting these schools, the first person they ask for is the PE teacher. So it's taken up the profile of these PE teachers to a great degree. There is a particular teacher, her name is Smita Mansi Jaina. Her story was actually picked by the United Nations, and her picture is part of an exhibition at the UN headquarters in Geneva. So from back and beyond in Odisha to get to Geneva was quite a big deal for her. I'll probably end with, we just talked about inclusivity, and we started this with this wonderful musical display. There's a boy in I think grade 7 with a disability, and through the program, it just allowed his friends to become much more sensitive towards him. They changed the rules of the game so that he could also participate in sport. They've made his teammates and friends have made a massive effort to make the playground in their school friendly and safe for him to participate. And this boy is so inspired by Olympic values and Olympics, and he's never going to go probably to an Olympic Games, but he's so inspired by just Olympism that he wants to, it's become his life's mission to almost spread Olympic values across his community. So those were a couple of examples which have touched my heart, and I'm sure it touches everybody's heart, and really showcases what sport can do to people.
Extra time.
লেটেস্ট নিউজ আর এক্সক্লুসিভ ভিডিওর সঙ্গে আপডেট থাকতে এখনই সাবস্ক্রাইব করুন আমাদের ইউটিউব চ্যানেল। বেল আইকনে ক্লিক করতে ভুলবেন না যেন।